All right. So chat has decided, let's run this back. We're making a slight change here. Dampian Sphere is coming out for an Underworld Breach. I actually kind of want to put one main board here, and I think I'm going to try to squeeze it in. And I'm not really sure what I want to squeeze it in for, but I'm definitely on the fence of doing this. To me, it could very well be Mishra's Bauble. It also could be just, hey, let's just get rid of the Boil and run 2 sideboard. Kind of leaning towards that second option here. Could be that. The Raven's Crimes are good, Last God. That way we can utilize some of our lands to pitch with the Raven's Crimes. So when you go over those with Burning Inquiry, it's pretty okay. I'm kind of leaning towards like one of the Spell Bombs. But the Spell Bomb plus Lurrus is nice. Let's go ahead and take one Underworld Breach in, and we're going to get rid of one of the Spell Bombs, and we'll just try it. You got to try it. Got to see how it goes. For those joining this video on YouTube, this is a Waste Not Liliana's Caress deck. It's basically attempting to try to put a Waste Not into play or a Liliana's Caress and use things like Burning Inquiries and just the discard in general to 1, slow down our opponent, 2, deal lots of damage. With that, let's go ahead and get into our second League of the Night, playing some Waste Not Lurrus. Let's go. Immediately finding our opponent, double checking we have the Underworld Breaches. Let's get things going. All right, would I like to play first? Yes. Put Lurrus. Woohoo, look at this. This could be fun. All right, let's keep this. All right, bring this closer. My opponent's going to 6. We'll see if they mulligan any further. If they do, Burning Inquiry could be a little bit hilarious, messing their hand up. A Jun Shell would be spicy with Loam or Wren for Raven. Yeah, we're just getting Raven as a value every now and then, not necessarily as the main win condition, but you're all correct. You could increase lands, or you could add green and do things with Loam and stuff like that. Loam would be an interesting addition in making the Jun. I like that one a little bit more because you already have the Croxen. You can kind of work your way towards getting to this point where now you're just hyper casting Raven's Crimes on your opponent. Not as interesting if your opponent does get to kind of empty-handed. I'm gonna just blind do a Burning Inquiry here. I think it's the right move. We'll just see what we end up both throwing to the yard here. Hey, look, it's Uro. Sweet. All right, Crocs has been binned. Triumph for our opponent. Let's go ahead and fetch here. We have a Caress. By the way, this Caress was 4 down. For those going, oh my gosh, Fluffy, you could have had this. No, Caress was 4 down. Why does this draw stop here? Get off. That's a good follow-up. Play a Waste Not here. We now have Liliana's Caress plus Waste Not here. We have enough cards that we could potentially get discards going with Croxa. My opponent finds a mana leak and uses that. Field of Ruin. Plays Uro. That's fine. So we have enough cards in the bin here to go ahead and use this Croxa, and we don't really have anything other than a Waste Not that I care to have for the future. So I think we're just going to get a Croxa down. And we'll leave ourselves that Waste Not down there just in case we do get Lurrus soon. So Croxa comes into play. My opponent's going to discard a card. If they discard incorrectly, Liliana's going to do 2, and this will do 3. All right, just the Caress damage. Go ahead, opponent. Oops. This looks pretty good. It's a good start here. My opponent does not have double green, double blue. So This isn't a problem yet. What an interesting card here. Let's go ahead and Inquisition. We can Lurrus and we can attack too, plus this. Everything's happening here. Oh, okay, they pathed me. Well, everything was happening. We'll continue to get black mana here. Inquisition still happens. We get it to Fairy. Discard happens. Put Lurrus to hand and pass the turn. I assume they're going to get a field here to get their island. Then they'll have double green, double island. We have a cryptic command we have to beat. I could have pushed my dude. I could have, but I'll take the land. Pushing it is going to be a while before I get it active. Kind of want these pushes for this Uro that's going to be showing up. Let's go ahead and bolt here. We know about the cryptic. They know about our Lurrus. This is cute. Soul Guide Lantern here. This will get rid of the Uro nicely. They'll have to, or want to, counter this. I can then follow this with Lurrus plus this, and our path just paid off by getting us the amount of mana we need to do this. Feels really good. Tough one with the Soul Guide Lantern, especially since they know what's coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could top deck like a Mana Leak and stop this as well, but that's about all I see them potentially getting. But yeah, with the graveyard as low as we have, I didn't see a reason to be fatal pushing my own Kroxa. I think by doing so, you're just aggressively trying to get something to work. Ah, Soul Guide Lantern with the Cryptic Command now works because they can get the Mana Leak here. This works nicely for them. So my opponent's able to Cryptic and then Mana Leak here if they want. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw. That's really well played. They're being real rude, being so smart. It's pretty smart line. Question is, do we want to just burn our Lurrus into this Mana Leak? I think we almost have to, and just accept that they're going to Mana Leak this and play Uro when they miss anything actionable. It's not great. I'm not sure we could have played that any differently. I mean, I guess we could have led with the Lurrus. So Uro comes back here. Opponent draws a new card. Got some fatal pushes possibly for Uro. Opponent's going to gain some life here as well. Uro played. Gain life, draw a card. Land? No land. All right, so we have 2 cards in their hands. We have a Raven's Crime now. Well, we'll go ahead and Raven's Crime them once here and pass turn. 2 fatal pushes, that's not going to do a whole lot. Not sure I'm going to keep up with the Uro. We'll see, though. Uro's so fun. Uro is a card. Attacks. Undoes the 2 damage that I did with the Caress. Down to 12. Need a fetch, need a bobble. Something cheap. Hour of Promise. Alright. Well, this doesn't look very good. They're going to get Field and another card, and then they'll have 7 7 lands are different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Because they're getting 2. They have double Mystic Sanctuary. Posture's good. Posture is good. Well, I hit the bobble. See what's going on over there and get rid of a Uro. Doesn't feel very good. They're gonna draw a Jace. Top of our library is a new bobble. What do I do? Just plays Uro down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can play Jace right after that as well. Decides Jace is better first. Suppose playing Jace first. A little surprised they didn't leave this available, but they must be playing Omnath as well, having left the white available to them. I'm not going to kill one of these zombies with a Fatal Push. We have worse things to deal with. Bobble, Inquisition. That'll be 2. It's not enough though. Ooh. Omnath plus Cryptic Command? That's not feeling very good. Scalding turn. Triome, extra zombie. We draw Croxa. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Converging to Uro list, and then also opponents trying to race them. Makes sense. We don't really have much here. Jace can bounce whatever we use to block zombies, and my opponent has 2 zombies here. I think we can concede and go to game number 2 here. Yeah, we just draw a land. Okay. So, this is the Boil matchup. The Soul Guide Lanterns and the Pithy Needles, along with Dreadbore, probably. Like the Blood Chiefs over the Fatal Pushes. So we took out, like, most of the Fatal Pushes, if I recall. Let's think here. Cling was good. Necrodon Spellbomb is not as good. Soul Guide Lanterns, Pithy Needles, Dreadbore. Dreadbore better than a Fatal Push. Blood Chiefs in. I don't recall really using K commands either. That gets us about 7 out of the 9 that I want. I think I still want to try this Underworld Breach here. Maybe I should be bringing that in as a 2 of. It seems like a tough matchup. I have too many cards here. Let's get rid of 1 bobble. Let's get rid of the Blood Chief so I have Dreadbore. Plus bolts. We'll take care of the graveyard with Soul Guide Lanterns here. Can I fit this Underworld Breach in? It's asking a lot. My opponent has counters. Maybe that's not a good idea, actually. Because they'll just counter when we play the Underworld Breach, or they'll counter something else. Let's keep it with the baubles. And let's go with this. I don't think so, necessarily. The Blood Chief is better than Bolt. But we could be wrong. Alright. I might blind Pithy Needle Misty Rainforest or Flooded Strand. I think it'll be cute. I think it'll be cute. I got a gut feeling they've got a Misty Rainforest in their hand. Let's go. Is this good? Ah, what is that stomping ground? Get that out of here. All right. Next up is Waste Not. We've always enjoyed playing those first. Probably okay to still play that first. And then we can look at doing like Liliana plus Burning Inquiry. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh, my opponent kept a one-lander? What? What? All right, Liliana's Caress here into Burning Inquiry. Let's spin the wheel. Do I care about Soul Guy Lantern? No. Let's go. Here, I'll help you out, opponent. Hey, look, Misty Rainforest. All right, 6 damage here. We're gonna make a zombie. We're gonna make some mana here. And then we draw a card. I will Thought Seize them first, then Inquisition them, then worry about Raven's Crime. Ooh, I'm going to hold tight here with my Thought Seize. Go ahead, opponent. All right, you got your second land, right? I swear, this is probably good. It's the best card. Engineer Explosives on 2. All right. Well, we can Inquisition. We will take, I don't care, Aether Gust. That draws me. Attack for 2. Can Bobble. We can Raven's Crime. Are they going to continue to let me just make them discard cards here, or are we going to force yet? Growth Spiral. I will now bolt them, and we'll pass the turn with the Blackleaf Cliffs. This Engineered Explosives has to be used this turn to get rid of Waste Not plus Liliana's Caress, and then we're going to attack here with a zombie. The Burning Inquiry. Okay. My opponent doesn't play anything here. We'll attack for 2. I will Raven's Crime them for fun. And then I'll attempt to bolt after Raven's Crime. I swear this is what they have. We will wait until it's their turn. I missed the upkeep stop. But we can attack them with a zombie or just bolt them. That worked out pretty nicely. I'm assuming that Pithing Needle in the Dark was really good. That worked. All right, so Engineered Explosive is a reason for our Pithing Needle as well. Something we want to be mindful of. And there's a good reason why bolts work nicely. So I think we're just going to keep this and just submit. That kind of worked. So don't change it, right? Send it back. Pretty happy about that. Okay. Can we repeat? Can we repeat? Lurrus declared. Well, Caress, Waste Not, and an Inquisition here. That's pretty good. You can probably keep this. When your opponent's Pithing Needled, you're only fetching the blind. Well, sometimes that'll happen. Why they didn't play it just to eventually have the land, because I'm sure they would unlock it at some point. Opponent mulls to 5 cards here. Triome. And gives me the turn back. We'll go ahead and lead with Inquisition here, taking EE if we see it. We have an Mana Leak and an Uro. I'm really tempted to take this Uro here and run my next card into the Mana Leak, but I guess that doesn't make sense, right? Just take the Mana Leak. Then we'll just play down the Waste Not, and then the Caress, and then boil them, right? That's how it goes. Ooh, they found a Misty. So Waste Not first because I have the Burning Inquiry. Setting ourselves up for this. We know this Misty was the top deck, so we're going to be seeing Uro here shortly. We took the leak. Uro. I'm not going to quite get to boil them. I wonder if I wait. I wait on the Burning Inquiry here to try to boil them. My opponent misses a land. Ooh, could Pithing Needle them. Caress into it feels pretty good, but this boil probably ends the game, right? I'm going to name Engineered Explosive here. Just to be super safe they don't have that plus land. And then next coming turn, I'm gonna boil them. They could have several counters. I kind of want to just like, hey, this is what we're doing. Wrenn in 6 picks up the Misty Rainforest. Well, this doesn't look as good as it was gonna be. Wrenn in 6 would have been a good name with the Pithing Needle. Didn't think of that one. Although Engineered I think is fine. We need to defend our 2 cards here. My opponent's doing something with this Misty Rainforest, getting a basic forest here, and doing something else. Maybe a Growth Spiral or... Oh, there's the EE. Alright, so here I just boil. And yeah, they get a land back, but then I Pithing Needle next. Goodbye, lands. Goodbye, lands. We'll see if they have a force. If they do, then we're getting rid of the Cryptic and the force. And we'll start having some fun. Goodbye. Boils enough here. Pithing plus Burning Inquiry next was going to be cool. Oh, with follow Burning. Oh. 1-0. 1-0. Opponent had to mulligan quite a bit though, so we'll get it done. Getting the Waste Not things happening. He doesn't know about the needle, correct? I'm a little surprised about it too, yeah. The opponent was tired of us. You would have discarded the next Burning. I would have drawn a card. I would have played Pithing plus Burning and had 1 card in hand. We could have held it. So fun when the Uro pile loses. It is a good feeling. It is a good feeling. Two-thirds discard? Well, yeah, but I'm saying there is a probability of still hitting that 1 of. 33% chance. We can't act in certainties, right? Alright, let's play first. Lurrus declared. Doing our Waste Not thing here in Modern. You secretly want Uro piles to hit 70% win rates? And then get... Oh, shoot. Oh, bosh, huh? Oh, bosh, huh? Alright, I'm gonna keep my Thoughtseize hand. I'm gonna fetch basic. We have a Lurrus. That'll be enough. That'll be enough. Don't worry about it. Thoughtseize away this 1 of creature, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What are we doing? Goodbye, Arbor Elf. Well, it's Obosh Panza with several Blood Moons. I'm just gonna play my basics and upset them. Play my basics and upset them. All right. Let's not get too greedy here. Liliana Caress here. Go ahead, opponent. Liliana Caress plus Raven's Crime next. Hit him for 4. Look for the Burning Inquiries, which are the red cards. Thank you, Blood Moon. We have a Magus I don't care about either. This'll be fun. Basic Forest. Windswept Heath. Bird of Paradise. That doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really accelerate them up any further. Ooh. Why would you give me this? Why would you give me this? I guess I'm just going to waste Not and Raven's Crime here. I'd love to have both Caresses in here and doing more, but I think this is fine. Just make them discard, and if they give me a land here, then I'll just play the new Caress. That's a Blood Moon. Look at that. Draw cards. That works too, right? Land for future Raven's Crime. Get ready to get destroyed, opponent. Windswept Heath. Fetching Stomping Ground. 4 mana available. That doesn't do anything. Thanks, Obosh. Misty Rainforest played. We got a Magus. Magus of the Moon. The Moon, the Magus. Okay. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? I think it's K command here, kill this, make them discard, and see what else happens here. So this is player and kill. If they discard a Blood Moon, that's fine. I'm gonna, oh, Emrakul. I'll take my zombie. Oh, all right. I see what's going on here. Things are getting sketchy here. Pass turn. So it's a Luca deck, probably. Luca. Who knows what else? Through the Breach, all kinds of stuff. Tooth and Nail, nah. Stomping Ground here, 5 mana. Opponent shocks in. We know about this Blood Moon. Stomps my zombie. All right, bye zombie. Should be Blood Moon next. And it is. My opponent's done discarding. They hate us. We'll fetch basic Swamp here. Alright, so we have Bone Crusher Giant showing up at some point in Obosh. Hey Shanks, what's up? Thank you for the 500 bits. Thank you. I guess I'll play Croxy here to set this up, and then like just bolt the bird or bolt Bone Crusher Giant. I don't need the other Caress in here to win this game, and my opponent's not holding on to cards. How's it going, Shanks? What you up to? There's Bone Crusher Giant. I think this is just a bolt here. Bolt, we're gonna play Croxa. Maybe they have their own bolt. This is just feeling like completely fine to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave us with a Raven's Crime here. Discard whatever this is. We're still doing 2, regardless of if it's a land or not a land. Sub just thought I'd drop in and say, hey. Trying to get some people. Some of the hindsight 2020 emotes. I don't know if it ended early or not. Why not bolt their face? Because I'm going to win through a Croxa here and it doesn't matter. I just don't need them to have something that interacts with Croxa and then attack me a bunch. Bolt is discarded. Speaking of the bolt. We still do 2 here. We draw a card. Pass the turn. There's almost no reason not to just clear this off. 5 mana. There's Luca. Okay, goes after Bird here and hits a Gruul Spellbreaker. That's not an Emrakul. Opponent's playing 1s and 3s. We know this. We saw Magus. Arbor Elf. We've seen Arbor Elf. We've seen Bird of Paradise. We've seen Magus. We know that this doesn't guarantee that doesn't guarantee one. Okay. So Pithing Needle Dreadbore's in for Luca, basically. We don't necessarily need the Cling to Dust. We could snag a Emrakul, but we don't care if Emrakul gets reshuffled. I think I want to take one Fatal Push out here. And probably just one K command, even though it's pretty decent. Let's go one Bobble. We'll go one Bobble. No, I don't think Feed the Swarm matters here. We don't care about Blood Moon, if that's what you're thinking. We'll fetch basics. It's not a big issue for us. If they want to be playing Blood Moon still, that's totally fine. All right. Pretty easy keep here. Got the Waste Knot, got the Liliana, and got the Fatal Push for the leading Arbor Elf. Dang it. I guess for this ramp you could have done it, but I don't know. I don't see myself firing off on a Utopia Sprawl with a Feed the Swarm. I'd probably try to kill the creatures so Luca doesn't show up and kill me. That being said, we may be looking at only one basic swamp here instead of 2. Seasoned Pyromancer. This is a perfect example where I want to just kill this creature and not care about the Utopia Sprawl. Super funny that we're entering this point here. My opponent's gonna potentially discard some stuff to us in the future if they keep doing this. Anyway, we'll kill the Seasoned Pyromancer. The Ghost, I'm doing all right. How are you? We're playing this Funny Brew. This Funny Brew. Oh boy, it's gonna get weird here in a second. Let's lead with Waste Knot. Go ahead, opponent. All right, so what? My opponent can play a 1-drop, 3-drop. That's it right here. They can put Obosh in hand too. There's Gruul Spellbreaker. It's a 3/3. We'll see if they choose to go haste or not. It's good to have you here. How would MTG look with no mana ramp? Slow, but fun. I don't know. Decks would be probably a lot more fair. Ooh. Why do we draw this and just like... So, do we want to do double Waste Knot? Probably double Waste Knot. We don't need to kill them, right? Double Waste Knot. Let's see what we spin into. Whee! Give me some good stuff here. Opponent's like, no, hold on, what's going on? Embrace the chaos. Fetch Shock Bolt, go for it. Concede, just kidding. We're ready to embrace the chaos, indeed, Big B. Here we go. Spin. We have a lot of mana now. All right, make some tokens. And make some mana. Oh. You know what's really cool about this amount of mana? We can put Lurrus in hand. We can play Lurrus. We can play one Caress down. And we have the Underworld Breach in here for next turn. Here we go. We ready? We ready? I guess exposing Lurrus there is dangerous. We're gonna live on the edge. That way I have the 4 mana for the Underworld Breach. We're gonna get him. You watch. Arbor Elf. What's this 3 mana? Seasoned Pyromancer? Do it. Do it. Extra land. Floated 3 mana, consumed the 3 mana, and played a Misty Rainforest. Dreadbore. All right. I'm super tempted to just go one more turn here, because then the burn. Well, I guess it's just breach and inquiry and see what happens here. I don't get any more red mana. That's the only thing. Or if I do Liliana's here. Ah, well. Underworld breach, because it's exiles, right? I don't know what this does. Doesn't matter. We're spinning the wheel. I don't care. Spin the wheel, do some damage, make some waste not tokens, do everything. What is this? What are we doing with this Misty Rainforest? Tap it in. That's right. That's right. Spin the wheel. Triggers. We're gonna make some zombies here, apparently. All the zombies. Everything. Now I hope they don't have a Luca. If they have a Luca, we're in trouble. Don't worry, it won't matter, because I can Fatal Push. Spellbreaker, right? 1, 2, 3. Done. Get the Spellbreaker out of here so they don't have a good chance of hitting that. And then I think we'll just leave everything else. Half a year. What's up, Calcium? How's it going? Let's attack for some damage. We're going to attack with everything, because if they have a Luca, they'll have to double block to kill this. We'll go to 2. Underworld Breach does its thing, goes back to the graveyard. Woo! How's it going, Calcium? You're joining us in a pretty crazy time here. If I push the elf and my opponent has Luca in hand, they down tick on the Gruul Spellbreaker, and we're dealing with an Emrakul. Not that I think it mattered too much, but doing the Spellbreaker here means that they can't just 5-drop Luca and go get something. This was sweet. Match 2 done. 2-0. Let's go. Oh, push both? Instead of letting the Burning Inquiry sit there for next turn with the Lurrus. That could have been a thing, yeah. Yeah, they were very dead on board. Dying all kinds of ways. Incoming 5-0. Nope, can't happen now. You mentioned it. Breach was great. Breach was fantastic. Cemented in. Yes, really. Family friendly. Family friendly, really. Alright, let's go. 2-0. Let's play first. Lurrus in play. Hand looks great. We'll keep. Bam. Let's go ahead and Inquisition. See what's up. All right. We have Oops. Spells. All right. I have a spy I've got to prevent here somehow. Well, they have another land. So I guess it is take the land, right? I don't like it though. Go ahead, opponent. Waste Not will generate card draw for the most part. No mana to be generated from this card. None. No mana. Simian Spirit Guide, Turn Timber, Talisman. Okay. Well. I'm gonna play the Caress down, not show him the Waste Not, and pass the turn. Thoughtseize off the top. I do need it. Alright. Opponent can kill us this coming turn here. And I hit nothing. So do we concede, or do we let them do this? Bummer. Alright, go ahead, opponent. And then Bolt to send a message. There's no discarding that happens during this, right? I don't think there is. Well, this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, but I do have ways to interact with their graveyard. Narcomoebas come back here, and we've got the Vengevines in here. Alright, I think we can concede here. Alright, so we've got to beat Oops all spells. With that being said, Pithing Needles and Soul Guide Lanterns come in. They were not running Charbelcher, but they can possibly bring it in from the sideboard. Fatal Bushes, just out. I have a random Cling to Dust. Could always get interesting. Feed the Swarm really hits nothing. Blood Chief Thirst probably won't. Boils no. I guess Pillage could against the Charbelcher if they do run that. That's maybe better than what? Bolts? Feed the Swarm for Leyline? I mean, do we care about Leyline? The Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes obviously would be a problem. But like, Liliana isn't this, Waste Not's not, Burning Inquiry's not, Crocs is not. The only thing that targets is Thoughtseize really in K-Command. Right, but like, does it matter? I mean, I guess I could do that over Baubles because this game's not going long. Could do something like that, just to have it. It's probably not incorrect to have it, right? Okay. This is going to be a tough one. We basically just have to stop their crazy combo. We'll declare Lurrus. Okay. That will work. That'll work. All right, there's the ley line. There's the ley line. All right. Fine. I got you, opponent. I understand. You've got some ley lines. All right, let's lead with Blood Crypt plus Soul Guide Lantern. Good luck, opponent. Cool. Exile each opponent's graveyard, by the way. I'm just gonna play the Caress next and pass the turn. Yeah, I'm probably gonna name that. Play new Lantern here, Arid Mesa, pass turn. We're about to get Lurrus into our hand as well and just start beating them down. Because apparently my opponent decided Leyline of Sanctity was the winning line. Goblin Charbelcher. All right, we drew the needle. We'll just see if I can get them to concede. The answer is no. All right, fine. Not interested in conceding. I get it, opponent. I get it. This feels like prison. It is prison. What do you think we're playing? What do you think we're playing? Play a nice little Lurrus here. You know what? Let's go ahead and draw a card. Replay this. Burning Inquiry will be fun later. This is why I have this combo, by the way. Lurrus plus Soul Guide Lantern's a nice little engine that ends up happening. Alright, opponent's just not interested. We didn't get to do the fun. Didn't get to do the fun. Alright, easy mode here. We'll just hit submit. I think there's a good example of we probably aren't discarding their combo. We're probably doing something with like Soul Guide Lanterns or Pithing Needles to prevent them from getting us. That's probably more likely to happen than us stealing this combo. You like that boarding? The boarding's worked nicely. Because yeah, Bobble's a longer game. Bobble's just not happening. You almost could probably bring in the pillages over the Bobbles and just try to shoot them, but sometimes Bobble can help us draw to find those, if you will, lock pieces. This is working nicely though. Lurrus here. Alright, I have a Feed the Swarm. I don't have much here. I do have a Cling to Dust, which is an interesting card to have. The Cling to Dust is interesting because my opponent... We could steal the Salvage Titan. It'll beat Spy, yeah. So I think we can keep this, and I have the Feed here, that's nice, and I can lead with probably Necrogen Spellbomb. I would think, depending on how much they mulligan here. Mulliganing to 5. Goes to 4, they're looking for that ley line. They're gonna be upset here soon. Down to 4 they go. They need that ley line. They know they do. And really they don't. Ooh, go straight to main phase. All right. Well, they could get me here, so I think we just go ahead and hold up Cling and pass turn. No reason to fire off a Spell Bomb just immediately. We'll be looking at Raven's Crime and Cling probably next. I want to so bad. Let's do Necrogen Spellbomb and pass turn. I'm not worried yet, though I probably should be. I think I gotta leave up this Cling as long as I can. Shoot. I want to so bad. It's pass turn. We're gonna be patient here. We're going to take over the game when we top deck a land. Let's draw. There we go. Cool. All right, that's where we wanted to be. Cleanup step here. Probably just the Feed the Swarm now because I doubt they have anything that I'm too worried about with what we have in hand. Okay, so we shocked in here. That's slightly scary. Undercity Informer. Simian Spirit Guide. Undercity Informer here. Okay. This is all going to happen here. We say okay to this. And then we have to hit the Salvage Titan, I believe. Where is he? Where's the Salvage Titan? Thinking. It's on the left? Oh, there it is. Cool. All right, Cling. Salvage Titan. Mine. Cool. I don't see another one in here, so I think we're okay. Yeah, if it was in their hand, things get really scary. We have a Thassa's Oracle. That's kind of frightening. All right, so swords here. Is there anything special I need to do here? I don't think so. Like, this Narcomoeba's big. I don't really care about that. So my opponent's just going to go to their draw step and lose, right? I think I'm safe to fetch here. There's something in here. There's this. So, like, do I need to do something here, like a Raven's Crime? Is there the blue flashback? I don't see it in here. Take a peek real quick. Not that, I mean, they could have it in hand too, if they have it. But I don't see it. I don't see anything that matters. Does Ravens Crime them and then Croxa them or something? Creeping Chill. Like, is there any reason to play Croxa here? I don't think there is, right? Like, even if they had the blue card in their hands, they have to cast it. Yeah, it's a journey card. Right, it's blue that target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from your graveyard into their library. I'm trying to think what I need to play around. I guess we'll just Croxa and just see what happens. And now they can't have like land plus it. So it was a ley line, all right. I think we're overthinking this. They have 1 card here, so it's the memory card. So we could top deck Burning Inquiry here and win. So this is memory. So they put... It's funny because I have Cling. I can't quite cast it because I had too much mana. They put Thassa's Oracle and a land on top, and then a Talisman. So, okay. They're drawing one of those. I presume it's the land. They don't put a green land, which is kind of interesting. So they'll have the Talisman next. 4/5 damage. So if I draw a land here, we Cling to Dust's the memory. It's not gonna matter, is it? A Pithing Needle. So they can't flashback this right now. I'm assuming it's just Thassa's on top. No, we won't because of the different... It's just the way the trigger works. So I assume that it's going to be Thassa and I just lose here. We weren't able to cling to dust the Thassa away as well. This is well played from our opponent. Nice. Nice. All right, Oops All Spells gets us. Well, couldn't quite beat it. Gave us some thinking, though, to do. Oh, well. Very quick and very aggressive list, for sure. We only have a few cards that interacts with that graveyard. I suppose if we would have top-decked the Lantern when they had the memory and the Thassa in there, or the memory in their hand, we could have maybe. All right, match 4, though. Let's not worry about that. Let's continue forward. Let's get that 4-1. Lurrus declared here. That was interesting. Let's go blind. Let's do it. Opponent mulls to 6. They are a Lurrus deck. It's the mirror. All right, let's spin the wheel because it's fun, chat. It's fun. Spin. Whee! Looks great. All right, we lose Soul Guide Lantern, Bobble, Burning, and Fatal Push. Opponent loses a Boros Charm and 2 lands. Goblin Guide. Finds a Raven's Crime on top. Let's go ahead and Inquisition. And depending on how much I like or hate what's going on here, kind of hate all of this. Kind of want to just Burning Inquiry next. Take the Eidolon and let's spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Yeah. Spinning the wheel, end up getting the Inspiring Vantage and a Lightning Helix. So they have Spike, Arid Mesa, Bolt, and Unknown. Sounds good. Sunbaked Canyon, not a card I'm aware of. Lava Spikes us. Tax for 2. Inquisition. Let's K-command them this time. And then we'll worry about doing a double Inquisition next time. Opponent bolts us, it looks like. Let's go ahead and fire this off now. I'm losing this potential land, but I'm gaining a card here. They might just get rid of the Arid Mesa. We're probably getting ready to put the Lurrus into hand. They ditched a Sacred Foundry. So they have Arid Mesa in hand. That's it. They need this 3rd land here so they can put Lurrus into hand, it looks like. Alright, I'm going to put Lurrus into hand and pass turn. I could Raven's Crime. I'm going to hold the Marsh Flats in case I get that opportunity. Cantrip's a Sunbaked Canyon. Extra Mountain. So they're not going to cast their Lurrus anytime soon. All right. Pump faked as well. Goblin Guide. Pull these out here. Goblin Guide plus a Lava Spike. Goblin Guide attacks here. Takes me to 5. So we can just bolt their thing. Let's play a Lurrus down. Hello. Let's bobble and check them. What's their next card? Fiery Islet. And we'll just plan to bolt the Goblin Guide, I think. I milled all their Sacred Foundries. Whoops. Fiery Islet. Attacks. Goblin Guide reveals another land. I'm going to go ahead and use the Arid Mesa here and bolt because I'm at 4 and my opponent does not have white mana. And they played a land for the turn, so no Boris Charms happening here. So we'll bolt. And then this coming turn I can Urborg probably. They Lightning Bolt my Lurrus in response, which is really good. That was the whole idea, is to be able to start attacking with Lurrus. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I can Underworld Breach my Lurrus, right? Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. Yeah. So I can play Lurrus? This card is sick. Love it. Where's Lurrus? Come here. Come here, kitty cat. Let's get rid of Inquisition. Let's get rid of K-Command and Arid Mesa. Bam. And then I get a bobble too. Give me this bobble. Give me that bobble. Bobble. Use this to see what the next card is for them. And then I could escape this bobble as well. Oh, I'm not going to get to see this. Fiery Islet. Stealing my cards. A Searing Blaze. It's awful. And let's escape this as well. Fatal Push getting rid of it. 1 Burning Inquiry and 1 Lightning Bolt. We can just see what the next card is too. So we know it's a Searing Blaze. I draw. Breach and Lurrus has been great. Extra Inquisition here. Searing Blaze doesn't kill Lurrus unless they have the land. Oh, it was the land. It's the Searing Blaze. Well, I'm drawing more cards apparently. We're taking what, 3? Oh, Eidolon on the top. Mishra's Bobble. There's a Burning Inquiry. I suppose I just fire the Burning Inquiry off and just see what else I can hit at this point. Okay, hit a Bobble. And now that I got rid of the Eidolon, I can at least see what the next card is. Which happens to be a Skullcrack. I can't beat him. Ah! We'll stop on my opponent's draw step on the off chance I pick up a K command. Can I do this, opponent? Would you be so kind? I know it's instant speed, but if you'll just click that card for me, thanks. You know. That still worked really nicely. Play land fetch, obviously. All right, Blood Chiefs, Thirst, Dreadbore. Feel like good cards. And I can probably just cut 2 Thoughtseizes here. Anything else? Kind of want this Underworld Breach in. This has just been doing like work. Let's get rid of a Soul Guide Lantern. No. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Cool. All right. Kill things. That's what we're doing. You feel like every time I just name the card, it's there? It's the card I want. It's the magic trick. Okay. Couple Inquisitions here. Cling to Dust. Got lots of removal. All right. Let's go for it. I'm even going to fetch a basic because I believe in myself. Alright. Just an Arid Mesa showing up. Just an Arid Mesa. Easiest card to beat. Skullcrack, Goblin Guide, Riftbolt, Skullcrack. Well, I'm gonna have trouble killing the Goblin Guide, so goodbye. We know it's an Arid Mesa off the top here. We're taking a draw. Uh-oh. Double down on the Inquisitions. They'll suspend probably Riftbolt here. Maybe I'll hit another land. Inspiring Vantage, Riftbolt suspended. Well, Inquisition. Skullcrack. I'm gonna just shock in here and take the other Skullcrack. Cool. All right, my opponent has 3 lands. Go ahead, opponent. And I'm at 14. Well, I lost 4 technically, but I got to steal something, so tough to say. All right, my opponent suspends a Riftbolt here after playing an Arid Mesa. I'd like to gain life with our Cling. I suppose that's fine to do now and just offset this Riftbolt. It's kind of like a discard in the exile. And we'll pass the turn. JS Node Grass. We've upped our gemstone count to 4. It comes into play sometimes where, like you said, the legend rule hurts us, but not enough to worry about it. We're definitely playing it. Riftbolt suspended here hits us. There's not a lot for them to grab from the yard here. Is that it? Inspiring Vantage played? There's a Croxa. Well, we'll just slap Croxa down past turn. They'll ditch a Sacred Foundry, probably. Bolts me, and then they have the Sacred Foundry, right? Cool. All right. Top of the library for both of us. I need lands. My opponent needs action. 2 mana Eidolon would be painful. 3 mana Lurrus to hand's pretty decent. Holding a card here, so the K command's not as good. All right, well, we have a K command. Happily kill this Lurrus. Does it feel like it's hard to turn on Revolt? No, not really. We have baubles, fetch lands. We have usually Soul Guide Lantern. No, we have Croxa. Some of it takes a little bit of mana, but really isn't that bad. There's an Eidolon. So we're gonna target player discard a card and deal 2 damage to any target. We're gonna go ahead and kill this, discarding a card. So if I top deck a red source, I could Croxa back here and we'll snag the Lurrus. They will not discard Lurrus, they discard a mountain. There you go. There's a red source. We need red, unfortunately, but we can fetch a not shock here. Lurrus, or sorry, Croxa, come on back. Get rid of this. Boom. Ta-da. Goodbye, Lurrus. Whoosh. Push? No. That set us up better with the Croxa there. Sunbaked Canyon for my opponent. They can draw a card. We're not worried about anything at instant speed, or sorry, hasting. Wouldn't mind to see a few of our cards hit the bin so I can use this Cling to Dust on, say, Lurrus and gain some life. Opponent gives up here with the Croxa, attacking for some decent damage there. All right, so game 3. Gotta beat them. Yeah, I mean, we're playing Blood Chiefs. You don't need Revolt active very often, but to answer the question, we have 4 baubles, 3 Soul Guide Lanterns, potentially Necrogen. They could remove something from us. We have 4, 5, 6 fetch lands of the 21. And like I said, Croxa would do it as well. So I don't think it's a big issue. Let's go ahead and submit. Submit away. Got our removal. Opponent beat us because they could kill our Lurrus like 4 times last time. Let's see if that's the case again here. Thank you for the follow. JS No Grass, did I kind of answer your question though? Gemstone's not a problem. Play 3 if you're worried about it. Play 4 if you're ready to turn 1 Blood Moon. Is there an... Oh yeah, there's Arid Mesa at the top. There's 8. There's plenty. Plenty of Revolt. But yeah, the question being, how often does this matter? How often does it truly matter? All right, opponent. Declare Lurrus. It's an interesting hand. I have a removal spell. I like that. Let's see if my opponent decides to mulligan at all. And keep 7. Having a Waste Knot here doesn't gain me any life, but it could create blockers. Also could draw me a lot. I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot here because of the Fatal Push. I'm probably taking about 12 damage in burn spells anyway. We'll either lead with Necrogen or just Bobble plus Fatal Push and work towards our Waste Knot. Goblin Guide. Cool. Lightning Bolt off the top. Seems like a reasonable card here to fire off at this Goblin Guide. Go ahead and see what's the next card for them. It's a Swift Spear. We'll await for the attack here, so if I do top deck a land, we're good to go there. Liliana's. Okay. Swifty. Obviously killing the Goblin Guide here with the Lightning Bolt. Finds us a land. Appreciate that. Thank you, opponent. Hits for 1. And passes the turn back. Very interesting turn indeed. I don't particularly need any red mana here at the moment. Let's play a Necrogen Spell Bomb here, plus pushing their Swift Spear when they attack. We'll see if they find their next land or not. We're doing this so I could do a Waste Knot and get some value out of Waste Knot plus Necrogen Spell Bomb, maybe discard. All right. Kill the Swift Spear. I almost don't want to do a Burning Inquiry at any point. Opponent Lava Spikes me. Okay, do we want to get value out of this yet? They're not going to discard a land, so I'm either going to draw or I'm going to make a zombie. Would turn on Searing Blaze. Probably want to be able to do damage as well. Let's do it this way. Let's put the Waste Knot down. And if my opponent plays something that I'm worried about, I can Necrogen Spellbomb to maybe just draw a card and make them discard a card. All right, they don't do anything. We're just gonna wait. We can play an Arid Mesa down now. Play a Liliana and probably just pass the turn. Looks like they're gonna bolt me. Okay. This coming turn, we're going to put Lurrus to hand. I'm probably popping this Spell Bomb, making them discard. Like I said, we're either drawing or making a 2/2 zombie. There's a Swift Spear. Let's go ahead and make them discard a card. Yeah, if you have 3, I would just play the 3. Then we draw a card here. They lose a little bit of life. Inquisition's a good one here. Inquisition's a really good one here. All right, so Lurrus. Well, let's start with an Inquisition. Let's start there. So I can make a 2/2 zombie if they have some. Ooh, hold on. Core Firewalker's a problem. All right, so Core Firewalker here, make a zombie, do the life gain stuff. Put Lurrus into hand here as well. And pass the turn. This is looking really good. Boros Charm Skewer and Boros Charm. Swift Spear. All right, so that was their top deck. So I'm blocking one of these if they do anything here. Okay. Land, black, 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 Lurrus. Lurrus is going to get a Necrogen Spell Bomb. We're going to play the Caress out as well and just pass the turn. Looks pretty good to me. So 2 Liliana Caresses here. My opponent can't get through. They could shoot the Lurrus here, but then everything we make them discard is just enough. My opponent stays on 1 land the entire time we take down match number 4. Who knows what we were going to draw. But that looks good because then we can just basically discard with this, replay it, discard, and we're going to draw 2 cards as well and do 4/8 damage. So there you go. Let's go to match number 5. Currently 3-1 with Waste Not in Modern, and I can't believe we're 3-1. All right. Too bad no smallpox. 3-1 versus 3-1 here. I get to go first. We'll declare Lurrus. Final match here. Let's keep this hand. Fatal Push, Waste Not, and some things to start discarding. No, nothing declared for my opponent here. 7 cards. Takes the draw. No, can't complain about that at all. Definitely pretty good with that. Ooh, Fatal Push. All right. We can Fatal Push this pretty easily. This will be an interesting game for sure. All right, Ruin Crab, you're done. We'll play a Waste Not here. I don't feel like I want to fetch. We'll wait on doing that. Waste Not into play. Go ahead. So we have what appears to be Mill. All right, new Crab here. Snow-covered Swamp. Mill's Bobble, Inquisition, and Mountain. Let's go ahead and put our land down. Let's put a Waste Not number 2 into play and pass turn. I suppose I can get ready to fetch here with the K command and start using Kroxa and K commands to discard. Extra Crab here, more lands probably. Mills a bunch. Let's do this before too much happens. Grab a Blood Crypt here. We'll hope they don't have Archive Trap. Does not appear they do. It's good for us. All right. Shock in. Liliana. Kroxa. And pass their turn. Make them discard. And then who knows what we'll get here. Maybe draw some cards here. I feel like it's going to be draw cards. There's an Eliminate and a Yeah, just an eliminate because I'm drawing 2 with 2 waste knots. You can make an argument drawing with all these waste knots may be dangerous. They might try to use that to their advantage. It could, yes. There's the Underworld Breach, so we found that. Burning Inquiry here as well. Fields me. This might be a Stone Rain. Yes, it is. I don't have that many basics. This is starting to look really bad here. Visions of Beyond as well. Archive traps me because I searched. Now what? Visions of Beyond hit another archive trap and end me? Turn 4? There's an Inquisition. I will play a Waste Knot and hope that my Inquisition hits like a crab. If it doesn't hit a crab, we're in trouble because we'll draw too much. Oh, there's an Orb. I can't let them play Orb. I can't let them glimpse me. I can't let them... Goodbye. Alright. What are we gonna do here? Underworld Breach feels like it could be a very good card for us. Probably just some pillages. I have the K commands. I might actually be taking some Waste Knot out here. I needed a K command earlier. Not sure what a K command making them just discard 1 card would do. So, kind of, I don't know if I'm supposed to take some of these Waste Knots out or not. Crabs are both 03s. All right, the Ghost Region, take care. Gotta beat Mill. I fetch quite a bit, unfortunately, when I need to. Dreadbore for Ashiok? That's fair. These pillages are probably too cute. I'm gonna do 2 Waste Knots out for an Underworld Breach and a Dreadbore. I think my road to victory here is Liliana and not the Waste Knot this final match. Okay, so we have an Underworld Breach here. We have some mana. I kind of like this. Let's go ahead and keep... Get a Necrogen Smellbomb out as well. Why no Pillages versus Mesmeric Orb? I have 2 K commands. I don't need to overload on removal for 4 cards in their list. I still have to win the game. Alright, we'll just hope they don't have a archive trap here. Soul Guide's alright, it's just a cantrip for us. It's not going to really stop them from doing anything. Alright, there's a Ruin Crab. Let's fetch 1 more time here before my opponent can get rid of some stuff. Alright, fetch Shock here. Whoops. Let's go ahead and put Croxa down past turn. It's not going to turn off visions because you can't exile your own graveyard. Alright, little Field of Ruin for my opponents. Okay, plenty of lands here. Underworld Breach is going to be interesting. Ruin Crab, number 2. Yeah, we're going to grab Lurrus here. Extirpates my Croxa. I only have 1 other one. It's actually okay to see the extirpate on the Croxa, not something else when I get the Underworld Breach going. I do need Liliana Caress, but we're going to go ahead and get this Lurrus into hand. I'm going to hope they don't Thoughtseize this. I think I've just got to put it into hand as soon as possible here. All right, we'll see if they can steal it. If they can, I could kind of bring it back with the Underworld Breach in the future. Ah, this is killable. Hedron Crab's killable. That being said, we're about to take mill for 9. That's quite a bit. Follow this up with a Mesmeric Orb as well. I have 30 cards remaining. All right. These are already on the stack. I'm probably killing Crab and the Orb here. The Burning Inquiry. We're getting close. Getting close to doing what we want to. Alright, so let's go ahead, destroy and deal 2 damage. And then we can Raven's Crime the last land. I don't want Gyre, so that's fine. Calico, thank you for the Prime. 2 months. 2 months is great. Thank you. Go ahead and Raven's Crime my opponent here. I could take the land. Oh, Ravenous Trap. Ravenous Trap, eh? Okay. I hear you. All right. Ashiok. Okay, let's go ahead and stop on my opponent's draw step here. We should be able to interact with my opponent. Well, but they've got Ashiok now, and that stops the Necrogen Spell Bomb, which is kind of the whole idea. Why does Ravenous Trap hurt my opponent? I don't think it does. I need to kill the Ashiok here because the Necrogen Spell Bomb is supposed to be able to deal with my opponent's draw step. I'm just gonna let them draw. It's a really good land that they got. Everything's kind of being shut off now. The Ashiok stops the Necrogen Lurrus lock. Would have been close to probably a hard lock for my opponent as well. With the Ruined Crabs here, plus this Ashiok, even if I got rid of that one land, probably wasn't happening either. I think my opponent's got us here. We have 11 cards here. They're going to mill 4. We're going to go to 7. We're going to untap. We're going to draw a card. We have very little left here. This is a tough one. Considering we are a little bit further in on our game plan, it's a tough one. Well, we'll take Lurrus and see if I can kill the Ashiok. They won't let this happen. They'll block with Crab here. Losing to Mill feels bad. Why? That seems like a silly thing to say. Play Waste Not here. We'll go ahead and do the upkeep. Or the draw step. Sideboard the Kozilek's Butcher of Truth. So the whole point here is to be able to discard like this. You get value with Waste Not, and if they didn't have an Ashiok, you're taking this card out and you're getting to replay it with Lurrus. This is the interaction we're hoping to hit. My opponent hits draws, and so this card like stops this, and then this card stops it as well. And the idea is that you would then eventually find Caress, and then you would shoot them 2 times every time. Anyway, that's the idea. We get to see the idea at the end. My opponent gets to Field of Ruin and Ashiok us for the win. But hey, there you go. Waste Not getting a 3-2 here in Modern. Did what, double 3-2s tonight? Not too bad, I would say. Pretty decent, if you would ask me, for something that's a bit more fringe on the whole. There you go. 3-2. Nice. Here's the list. Played it twice tonight. Dylan MTG's list. We added Underworld Breach here just as a, let's try it. Yes. All yes. This card was great. Loved it. Waste Not gets a lot of value in Liliana's Caress. That's how you're winning the game. Throw in the Lurrus. Make them discard. Win the game.